This is a mess. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I always get nervous doing this. I don't know why. I don't know when it will go away, but I always get nervous, so forgive me. Today I want to talk about, I guess, a more serious topic because my last vlog was funny and there's gonna be a lot of that as well. There's gonna be a mix of funny topics where I have, I guess, anecdotes from my own life, and there's also going to be serious topics. So I just want to once again shift gears and talk about something that's been on my mind a lot, something that's not really talked about that much, and that's what it's like being an introvert. And I myself am an introvert. I have been my whole life. An introvert is somebody who likes a lot of alone time, who's very introspective, who's very self-reflective, just somebody who likes to be alone with their own thoughts and doesn't necessarily like to be around people all the time. And that's opposed to being an extrovert where you're the opposite. You love being around people. Your favorite pastimes are to hang out with friends, to party, just to be around people all the time and socialize. And there's nothing wrong with being one or the other. I'm not saying one is superior. It just so happens that we're all different. Every single person's painted with a different brush, and it's just a different lifestyle to live. I happen to be an introvert. Even when I was a little girl, I would not like to go to sleepovers because I always needed time to myself, and I always needed time to, I guess, wind down from socializing. And it's like that today as well. When I hang out with people, I like to, you know, go for dinner where we can chat for a few hours, or just catch up with a coffee. I don't necessarily like to go out and party and do all of that stuff. And I feel like a lot of times that's misconstrued as being antisocial or standoffish or even misanthropic. But I don't think it is. It's just a different way of being. When you're antisocial, I feel like you dislike people and you dislike talking to people and you just dislike being around people. Introverts don't dislike being around people. They want to do it on their own terms when they're ready to do it. When an introvert wants to socialize, you know, they can be the life of the party. They can be so much fun. They can just offer the best advice, just be a wonder to be around. But at the end of the day, when all of the socializing is over, they need to go and they need to wind down and just be, once again, left alone with their own thoughts, you know, maybe a nice book. I have a lot of friends, don't get me wrong. I have tons of friends and I love my friends. I love hanging out with my friends. I love going out with my friends. I love socializing with my friends, and they know that. But they also know that I'm not the one who's gonna be calling them up every 5 minutes because I'm lonely or because I want to chat. I'm not gonna be the one who is gonna hang out with them every single day of the week, because I do like being alone, and I've cultivated a lot of hobbies by myself. Like, I love to read. Reading is probably one of my favorite activities, always has been since I was a little girl, and I love to write. I'm working on a novel right now. I'll talk about that in another vlog because writing is probably one of the biggest parts of who I am. It's what I love to do. I feel like it defines me as a person. So I will talk about my novel and all that in another vlog. And I've cultivated a lot of hobbies that I like to do on my own, and I love my alone time. I love it. You know, I love watching films, documentaries. I love socializing, but I also am very excited to get home and kind of sort through my thoughts and get back to myself in a way. I feel like being an introvert is stigmatized a lot because, like I said, it can be misconstrued. And not a lot of people talk about being an introvert because they almost feel like it's shameful in a way. And like I've said in previous vlogs, I don't like to generalize, so I don't know if that's how everybody feels who's an introvert, but in my personal experiences, I feel like it has been stigmatized, where I am a little bit ashamed to just say, I don't want to go out tonight because I don't feel like it, or I don't want to go to that bar, I don't want to go to that club. Being in that environment makes me uncomfortable. I've always felt myself having to invent excuses instead of just being honest. Frig, I've used every excuse in the book, from I'm sponge bathing my grandma to I'm writing a thesis on why pistachio ice cream is so green. I've thought up so many excuses because I can't just be honest and say I'm not comfortable in that situation, or I don't feel like going out tonight, I'm just gonna go home and unwind. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with wanting to do those things. It doesn't mean that we don't enjoy seeing people. It doesn't mean that we don't enjoy seeing our friends. We love our friends. We love socializing. But there is a time and a place for that socializing, and it's when we want to. I've been asked to go to bars and clubs a lot. A lot of my friends now, they realize that that's not me, so they respect my boundaries, and we'll go to dinner, we'll go to coffee, we'll go to a movie, go to the beach, we'll do really fun things. They compartmentalize my friendship. You can call up your extrovert friends to go party, to go to bars, to go to music festivals, to do all these, crazy wild things, drinking, partying. You can call up your extroverts and you'll have a super fun time with them. But it'll just be in a different way. I feel like your extrovert friends are good for things like that, and then you can call up your introvert to have, a deep conversation, or just quality one-on-one alone time. And that's not to say extroverts can't have deep conversations or have quality one-on-one time, and introverts, can't go and party. Like, it's not black and white like that. But for the most part, I feel like certain friends fill certain roles in your life, and my friends get that about me. But there was a time when I felt like I had to. Whenever someone asked me to go out, I felt like I had to go, and I felt like I had to be the life of the party. I had to go to house parties, I had to go to bars, I had to go to clubs, and honestly, I didn't enjoy my time, and it took a certain level of maturity and growing up to do in order for me to admit to myself and to other people that it just wasn't me doing those things. My last experience in a bar, it was just unpleasant. I went with a few friends, and it was crowded, and I was wearing heels, and my feet felt like there were daggers stabbing into them. I don't know what it is, but every time I go to a bar or club, there is always somebody in the crowd that farts. You're smelling people's body odor, and then someone lets one rip, and it just always happens to me, and I don't know why. So I went to this bar, and we were dancing, me and 3 friends of mine. We were dancing, we were having a good time, and a guy came up to one of my friends and, took her away to dance with him. And so there was 3 of us left, and we were dancing, same thing. The guy comes up to my other friend, takes her away. Then there's 2 of us dancing, and then a guy comes and takes her away. And then I'm just standing there like, holy shit, all my friends have left, and I'm just chilling in the middle of the dance floor by myself. So I ended up the rest of the night standing beside the bathroom, and all I heard was flushing toilets, whoosh, whoosh. And that was the rest of my night. And a lot of people would tell me, oh, it's because, Kelsey, you have a resting bitch face. And I'm like, I don't have a resting bitch face. Like, I'm just a bitch, especially in that context. Like, I'm a bitch because I don't necessarily want to be there. It took me a while to, I guess, admit to myself that that wasn't me and that wasn't what I enjoyed doing. A lot of this also goes back to another condition I have. I have generalized anxiety disorder, and I also have depression. I will dedicate a whole vlog to it because I think it's important to talk about mental health issues just to remove that stigma and just to overcome barriers, and also to offer that solidarity to maybe somebody who does have it and feels like abnormal or like they're a freak because of it. But I'm just gonna mention it briefly. When I'm in situations where there are tons of people, I do get extremely anxious and apprehensive and nervous. And with my depression, a lot of the times I'm not in a mood to socialize. So I think that those factors have contributed to the fact that I'm an introvert. But once again, I don't regret being an introvert. I enjoy it. There are two sides to this. If you have depression or anxiety, or you're just an introvert and you feel like it's holding you back from going out and having all these experiences, and these experiences are things that you want to have, I think that you should break down your barriers and you should go for it and overcome those fears you have, because you shouldn't let conditions like that hold you back. But on the other side, if you've done it and if you've experienced that lifestyle and if you know it's just not for you, then don't feel like you have to do those things. If you're content with not doing those things, don't feel like there's something wrong with you. Just do what you enjoy, because life is short and you shouldn't spend it doing things that make you uncomfortable or unhappy. You should spend it doing things that just fulfill you. I mean, in my experiences, there have been times where I don't feel like going somewhere, but I'm kind of pushed by somebody to go and do it, and I will have an amazing time. So it is good to push yourself. But also, there have been times where I haven't gone and I've been content with my decision. So at the end of the day, you make your own choices, and if you don't want to go out, then don't go out, and don't be apologetic for it. It's important to talk about these things, because a lot of introverts who may enjoy a night in, they feel like they're abnormal or they feel like they're antisocial, and that's just not the case. A lot of people that's how they are, and there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be a certain way. I feel like we live in a culture that's obsessed with partying and drinking and drugs. This goes back to my first video, you always have to have pictures at parties with friends, at clubs, at bars, having a wild time. And if you're an introvert and you don't enjoy those things, that's fine. That's fine. It doesn't mean you're antisocial. You just need to socialize, like I said, on your own terms. You need to socialize when you're ready, and once you socialize, you can be fun, you can be the life of the party, but after you're done socializing, it's fine if you just need to go home and unwind, go over the night in your head, and just kind of get back to your zen space, just get back to you. So that's it for this vlog. My main message is that introverts are not antisocial. I feel like being antisocial is a choice. You choose to be antisocial, but when you're an introvert, it's just who you are. And never feel bad, never regret who you are as a human being. Like I said, we're all painted with a different brush. We've all had different experiences. We all lead different lives, and that's okay. Just be who you are, unabashedly and unashamed. And if that's staying home on a Friday night with a book instead of hitting up the clubs or the bars, then so be it. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy what you like to do. If you come across an introvert, don't misunderstand them. Befriend them, because they have an internal world of knowledge and experiences that you might get to learn about one day. And when you do, it's a very valuable experience because they have insight. It may take a little extra work to open an introvert up, but believe me, it's worth it. So thanks, guys. you know, the spiel, like, comment, subscribe if you want to join the conversation. My next video, I'm gonna have my sister in it. We're just gonna do like a sibling tag just so you can get to know her. So it'll be something different once again, because variety is the spice of life. So thanks again, guys. Have a great day. Bye.